Skinner Park right around the corner. At approximately 6:21 p.m., we received 911 calls of a person shot. We had a 2-minute response time, so our officers got here very quickly. They found one male victim, 18, fatally wounded, and we have confirmed 3 victims. And so another male, 17 years old, has non-life-threatening injuries, but unfortunately, one of the victims that was fatally wounded is a 40-year-old. So that the 40-year-old received a gunshot wound to the back, and we do have at this point in time 2 in custody that are persons of interest, based off of descriptions given by persons here and also the caller. We believe that we possibly have the shooters. So, but this is preliminary, and we will continue on with our investigation. And so, at this particular point in time, it's an active crime scene investigation, and we have our detectives, homicide detectives, here, and they're canvassing the neighborhood for witnesses, video assets, ring, doorbell camera video, etc. And so we're asking the public, anyone who may have been here, saw something, to give us the information. You can be the Crime Stoppers, 1-800-SPEAK UP, or you can call our homicide section, and we're going to ensure that we work this case relentlessly to bring the perpetrators to justice.
Chief, I know that you said you're still early in this investigation, but we're near a park. People in this community tell me that a lot of kids hang out around here. Is that kind of what was happening at the time? Were a young crowd at that park?
Yeah, I don't want to really speculate because we're so early into it. But it's a park. It's a hot summer June day, and so we would expect kids would be at the park.
And this is basically what I read in the article a few minutes ago, is that he was out there who was out there. The kid was out there and ended up getting shot and killed. And so that's just got to be something that we take the time and like really try to look at in the mirrors on this one, because here it is again. Now it's Friday. This is supposed to be, if nothing else, the time where the weekend starts, and we know there's a lot going on. In the summer months, but we still have to ask ourselves, what are we doing if people can't even go to the park on a Friday? But more importantly, how do we lay the groundwork for the generational reshaping of our children's basically they're wiring all together, like. But I'll give you this example, and I'll say this. I remember there was a time where I remember when Grand Theft Auto first came out, and for the first time ever, you could be a young thug and go punch someone, or see a woman walking up the street and brutalize her, and see a man driving up the car and pull him out the car and take his car and run from the police and shoot the police and get away from the police. And so what I'm saying to you is that it started off as a video game, and now it's become a reality, a video game being played out here in real life. But here's the thing, these are what? Real lives. This young little baby is not coming back, and the future has been stolen, not to mention the other person. And again, it's obvious that both of the lives matter, but this young precious child that hit me and it struck me so much more because of my little rebels, and so it's just unfathomable to think that you can't take your child to a neighborhood park on a Friday afternoon, Friday evening. So let's see what else he has to say.
In the park, we've invested in our parks in the city. Our parks are beautiful across the city, so you would expect kids to be out here. Of course, the park is empty now, but like I said, we will relentlessly work this case. And anytime you have a 4-year-old, a young person of that age that's fatally wounded, all life is valuable, but this one right here.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, we want to know like what the context is behind the 4-year-old. Like, who was the 4-year-old out there with? What type of conflict was this? Was the 4-year-old with them, or was the 4-year-old like literally across the park on a jungle gym? Like, I kind of want to. I think I want to get into those type of details because the devil's always in the details.
Particularly gets to me, and so very, very disturbed by this.
Can you talk about, I know it's preliminary, just what led up to it? Because we were hearing a drive-by or maybe an argument.
Just in these type of situations, typically it's always an argument, some type of dispute, and people with guns they want to settle beefs with firearms, and so we find ourselves here. But like I said, it's early in the investigation, and more than likely that will be the story. And so I will definitely keep you all updated. And anybody with tips, please call 1-800-SPEAK UP or call Detroit Homicide. Can you talk at all about the escalation? I mean, it's a hot day. The argument is going up during these temperatures.
And the thing that's so crazy is that we really have to make sure that we are being vigilant, y'all. For real. We got to make sure we're being vigilant out here around in our surroundings. And it's like that. It's unfortunate like that it's like that, but it really is like that. We really, really got to be on our P's and Q's, particularly as the men and protectors of our families. We really got to be on top of it at all times. And man, I want to know the details about what happened. There obviously isn't a good scenario in which a kid loses their life and at 4 years old at the park on a Friday. But I do think the devil's in the details in that those those facts when those facts come out, I think it will shed a lot more light as to the grace or judgment, quite frankly, that needs to be applied to this case. I'll finish this out and then I'll go to this other case that I think is really, really important for us to be talking about.
Sword like this, but taking a step back and just kind of calming down is one thing that could maybe prevent a lot of these situations from playing out. Can you talk about that at all? Absolutely. And during the summer months, we do see an uptick in violence, and so I don't want to talk about like crime being down, but statistically it is. But when you have this type of thing that happens, it just doesn't feel good. And so this is one of our community violence intervention zones, a CVI zone. And I do have my community violence interrupters out here as well. And so they'll be working to ensure that we don't have retaliation, because when you have something like this, you have the potential for retaliation. And so we're going to work.
Yeah, all right. Now you're talking about the I didn't even think of that element. Now it's a situation where it's like they could be seeking vengeance, and that does make sense. But They said they got the kids from off the streets. Let me see. And let me not say kids, young men, whatever, young individuals. And my heart goes out to all the individuals involved regarding this. Let's see here. Testing, testing. All right. I think I can hear myself here.
to make sure that um, we work to further deconflict so that no further life is lost. But I tell you this, we will bring the culprits to justice who did this.
Let me see here. They say this gentleman got. I said this gentleman got 55. No, no, let me not lie. I think he was 55, but I don't think he got 55. Let's check these out. Check this out real quick, and then we'll probably come back to the headphones. Well, we'll get up. We'll give ours a couple more minutes to get in, and once she pops in, I think that'll be the best bet with us as far as audio is concerned. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We're really kind of talking about a couple of different things. One of the main things that we're talking about tonight is the 4-year-old that lost his life out here in the east side of Detroit. You know, these things are, quite frankly, you guys, they are unacceptable, and we gotta kind of speak to that. It's time that we speak to that really in a real way, like, because if we don't, it becomes our norm. We gotta push back at this stuff, you guys. We really, really do. We gotta push back at this stuff. Let's see if she's getting in. Let's see here. Oh, they'll pop in right there, yeah. Mm, the hold up, hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. Okay. Oh, wait, wait, where? How's that not working? There you go. There you go. I can hear you now. I can hear you. Wait.
Hey, I didn't realize that at the bottom it drums.
Let's say it one more time.
I didn't realize at the bottom it said join room. I just saw it was like a Zoom waiting add me in.
Mm-mm. Yeah, nah. How you feeling? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Why is it so
I saw you
dark
the
where you
first.
at?
I'm just going to the living room. Okay, I gotta go live with my brother. Okay, my darling, you off tomorrow? Hold on, quick.
Oh, this is so ratchet. Nah, man. I'm gonna mute it for just a minute, but we are we're discussing a couple of things tonight. Let me see here. You there? You good?
Yeah, I'm back. Okay.
Okay. Well, I want to take a moment to welcome you in. Thank you so much for being here tonight. How you doing?
Oh, all is well. All is well. Let's
All
see how I
right.
can get better.
Say that one more time. You broke up
Don't
just a
talk
little
about my
bit.
eyebrows.
Oh no,
I said, I'm talking
I've already, no, I've already gotten that out of my system, certainly. But nah, listen. What did you have for dinner tonight?
I didn't eat anything because I gained like 3 pounds. So I'll eat
Mm.
tomorrow.
Okay, well let's jump right in. I just wanted to check in with you, see how you were doing. But I was talking a little bit earlier about the fact that this little boy got shot um, in the park today. He was 4 years old, and man, it's scary just to think of it like this is happening right here in real time, again, again, and again.
Did you find out anything more about what happened?
No, it was one young man that was 18, one young man that was this little boy when he was 4, and one young man that was 17. That I think was hitting the leg when it wasn't like any life-threatening injuries. It's crazy.
I'm hanging this one up. I'm hanging this one up. I'm going to my MacBook.
Okay,
I got to.
all right, all right.
Can you hear me?
I believe so.
All right, good.
I think
Okay,
you
now I
got a
just
little
wanted to
echo
because
though.
I feel like it'll give me more light.
Okay.
But I can cut the light on in my room.
Mm. Yeah, I think I'm probably finna lay it on down myself. Actually, I think I might pass my skis.
So the person that was shot in the leg, they passed away.
No, didn't pass away.
Oh, but you thought he passed away.
Mm, mm. That was the third person. It was 3 people shot, 2 people dead.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
Yes,
scary.
and look at the park. And I'm like, man, we can't go to the park. We can't. What can we do? What can we do if
Yeah.
we can't take our kids to the park on a Friday in the summertime? It's like,
What park was it close by you somewhere? Or somewhere like in the city,
oh, it
city.
was far. No, it was like the east side. They don't really have as much of that type of stuff downtown. They really, really don't. Yeah, they don't have a lot of. Um,
Yeah,
well, you
Cookie
know
asked
what?
us, did she go to the park?
Actually, on Monday, was it Monday when they had the fireworks? Somebody did end up getting shot on Monday.
Cookie asked us, did she go to the park today? But I told her no. I mean, it's a park right here. I guess it's South Park. I guess, to be honest with you, because
Mm,
my cross street is South Park, and that park is on South Park Street, so it could be
mm,
South Park Park. I'm not sure. And she went there one day and it's got like the splash pad and everything, and it wasn't bad. They had little league boys like practicing for football or something. There
Mm-hmm.
was a lot of families and stuff out there, and I was just like, "That's nice for her," because she ain't never had no park close enough to where she could walk to, because it's 2 blocks away. If that
Mm-hmm.
is, so like a block away, that she could walk to close enough. You know what I'm saying? And we stay on the corner, so I might
I,
almost be able to hear her. If anything would have happened. But it's a lot of families and stuff out there.
mm.
Look at these eyebrows.
Why was you drawing like that? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
This is a tattoo. This is a TikTok. Uh, you just I'm gonna peel them off, and it's gonna make it dark. Cause my eyebrows are real light. I'm gonna
Okay.
peel it off, and it's gonna be basically stain it for 3 days.
Did you know that our water has been brown for the last 4 days, and we're
Yeah,
just
you
now
know.
and now the last thing that we're doing now is waiting on them to test the water so that we can know whether or not it's safe. And it's like that's probably not going to be tested over the weekend. You know what I mean? Like
So
that's a
is it
pretty.
completely off now?
No, it's back on.
It's
It's
just still
back on.
brown, yellow. It look
It's
horrible.
not still yellow. It's actually more clear now. I think it's absolute. It's clear entirely, but it needs to be tested though, right?
So they said they gotta test it.
Yeah, they said they're gonna wait to test it and let us know.
So you still under don't drink advisory.
They said we can we can um we can drink it. No, we can bathe in it, but we can't drink it, and that doesn't even make sense to me. How does that make sense? You can you
Well,
can
I
drink
wouldn't
it.
drink the faucet water anyways,
Yeah, that's true. But I'm saying it's like
but I bathe in it. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
So
I know. But what I'm saying is like when you say don't consume, does that mean I can't boil my noodles in it? Huh? That's what I'm saying. When you saying don't consume it, can I not rinse the apple with the water? That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like that we need a test to determine what type.
if it's safe again,
Yeah, because if it's different types of chemicals, it may not all be just you know.
I
Um,
wonder how did it go brown like that though? Is that like sewage or how did he do that?
we don't. That's what I'm saying. We don't know. But my understanding is that there was an old pipe that was hit. That's my understanding. There was an old pipe that was hit, and there was some rust that came that leached into uh, um, another another pipe, and now they were just trying to let all the water drain out. And at one point, it appears as though the fire hydrants have run all the way out of their water because at first they were spewing it out very vigorously, and now they're just very drip, drip, drip. But the highway flooded this morning because of the water. They flooded the highway because because they've got several fire hydrants that have just been uh spewing out for the last 4 days.
I wonder how that water did that. That's weird. Like how the see, that's weird. That's crazy. That's crazy. And like Flint had bad water, and Flint just had bad water for the last 10 years. That's crazy.
Hmm. And it's like you
Because you
can't
remember
say.
Aaron Brockovich? I think that's what that show was about, the bad water in Flint.
Hmm. Yes, yeah, it's
Look at these.
unbelievable. Where'd you get that from? Oh wow.
Costco.
Oh, how much is the Costco's?
I think it's 60.
And do you get the I saw a TikTok and it said that you can get like 120 cookies in a box. They're the frozen ones for like $13.
I just got a big family pack. I paid $10 for them, but it was probably 28 cookies. But it's macadamia, oatmeal raisin,
And they're frozen.
and chocolate chip. Mm-mm, mm-mm, no.
It's just the batter that you're gonna have to make. Put the egg in and stuff yourself.
What you talking about is probably true, but I got already made cookies. I went to like their bakery section where they got the
Mmm. I see what you mean. The assorted
cinnamon
cookies.
rolls and all this stuff. Yeah,
I see
and
what
I
you're
bought
saying.
them yesterday. Paid $10 for them, and it's about 5 cookies left.
I saw some in Kroger's the other day. I thought it looked real good. So I know exactly what you mean. Oh, excuse me. My back is still not feeling its best. But by God's grace, we will. We shall overcome.
Now that's
Mm.
good.
Well, listen, I'm going to get off here because I got to get up a little early in the morning, get the day started. But we definitely will do
Okay,
this
well,
more often.
I was ready. Child, I've been sitting here for the last 2 hours on my computer trying to find a savings account, and I think I found one.
Okay.
So with a good interest rate,
Okay.
so my
Okay.
money can make money. Hmm.
Okay. That's a blessing. Well, I love you, and I'll talk to you here. I'll